Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso at the1916company.com for purchase pricing and availability questions concerning this watch. Today, from Singer Reimagined, we have a bit of a treat. It's the Flytrack Turbo. So the Flytrack Turbo is a constant operation flyback seconds only chronograph, and of course Singer Reimagined, created in 2017, is a watchmaking joint venture with Singer, the Porsche Restomod specialists, founded in 2009. Marco Borracino, who's a designer and entrepreneur, is partner in the Singer Reimagined watch brand, and so he is an auto enthusiast who also loves watches. And those of us who like both cars and watches realize that car-watch collaborations are often disastrous, pandering, and second-rate. This right here feels worthy on its own merits as a watch, while handsomely and subtly integrating the automotive themes. So the watch is part of the Flytrack collection, and as you can see, it's a large 70s-inspired tonneau case in grade 5 titanium with a few key blackened elements like the bezel, the crown, and the chronograph pusher. We have a concentric brushed pattern across the top, bevels that run end to end, and a 70s-inspired perforated strap. This one's in rubber. You can see on the bottom it's been evacuated to grant extra flexibility, and we have pull-tab spring bars so you can pop that off the case without resorting to a tool. We've got a folding clasp here. It's a single fold with twin trigger release. You have to press those triggers to open it up. You can see it's Singer branded externally with a combination of polish and satin. It's nicely detailed. The watch's dimensions are difficult to gauge just by hearing them, so I'll show you a wrist shot first. 43 millimeters in diameter, 15.3 thick, 49.5 from lug to lug, and then there's a 22 millimeter spacing between the lugs. So let's just see it on the wrist. How does it wear? It wears well, though it is large. As you can see, prominence is the premise. It's designed to be big. It wears just fine on my wrist. I think you could wear this fine on a wrist my size or larger, so 16 centimeters circumference and up. And though it's not thin, it does have a dramatically sloped bezel and crystal, so it actually should fit underneath most tight sleeves. The strap is well integrated to the case. The idea was to close the gap with no daylight visible, so there's a little bit of a revetment or a recess into which the strap is countersunk. It doesn't create any stiffness. You can still pull the strap straight down out of the case, so you still have a full range of motion. The watch is 100 meters water resistant, which is far more than you'll ever need on a racetrack, but Daytona International Speedway is not far from Daytona Beach, and Monterey at Laguna Seca is not far away from the aquarium, so you may need 100-meter water resistance, and this watch brings it. Taking a quick look at the lume, it's got more than you think. So it's an unusual time display. It's actually easier to explain when the lights are out. You can see how there's a little index at the bottom, and that indicates the current hour. So that is 11. You can see the hand moves around, centrally mounted in conventional fashion, and then the hours scroll past the index at 6 o'clock on the dial. So that's pretty self-explanatory, and then the chronograph itself is also simple to understand. It's a flyback, so you can reset and restart without first stopping. About stopping, you will not be stopping. Even the base caliber does not feature a hack, so although you can apply a little bit of back pressure, it's going to run full time. It's a little bit like an Omega Chrono Stop or a Zenith Retro Timer. You can see that there is a well color coordinated combination of gold and black with orange accents. That this is the Turbo Edition, inspired by Porsche's many generations of turbo-powered cars. Racetrack and road. You can also see we have a sort of racing dial, checkered flag style motif inboard in what appears to be transferred lacquer on a very lightly concentrically cut dial track. You can see there's a lot of dishing to this dial, and with the conical brushed center in metal, it's designed to look like an instrument on the dashboard of a car. Turning it all over, you can see that this is all provided by an Agengraph base. Now, the Agengraph is a fascinating movement designed by Jean-Marc Wiederrecht and Agenor, and according to him, the standard of decoration, because this is a Geneva-made movement, would be sufficient to earn the Poinçon de Genève. It simply hasn't been sought. You'll also note an unusual feature here. There is no cam system and there is no column wheel. It's neither one of them. It's a unique system that employs several levers and springs to disengage and reset the hard cam. You can see the hard cam at center. You can see the hammer that falls on it. You can see there's a little tension spring off to the side. And then you can see it's a form of lateral clutch called the Agen clutch. And it's designed to mix the best aspect of a vertical clutch and a lateral clutch. And so it has both a smooth roller and a toothed engagement, so shock can't cause it to disengage. This is not one of the automatic Agengraphs. This doesn't have a rotor under the dial. To make it thinner, it's a manual wind. It's got a 55 to 60 hour power reserve and a 3 hertz beat rate. You can see it is an enormous movement, properly filling this case back. It measures 34 millimeters in diameter. You can see underneath an enormous amount of apparatus. We have a balance beat and weigh at 21,600 vibrations per hour, and that it effectively operates as a free-sprung system, or at the very least, it's very shock resistant. That's probably the best way to describe it, because the adjustment mechanisms are designed not to be displaced by shock. So while it's not necessarily tuned with variable inertia masses on the balance rim, it doesn't have the susceptibility to timing drift that can be caused when a watch without a free-sprung balance gets shocked. So that's not really a concern here. You can see it pivots on 39 synthetic jewels, and that it's adjusted in 6 positions, which is superior. Most watches that are chronometers in high horology, Longa, many COSC certified watches, Vacheron, they're 5 position. This is 6. And you can see it's based on the Agengraph 6364 variant. It has 2 barrels, and the Singer logo is right there. They're solarized on their top with all polished screws. We have stripes, we have engine turning, and then we have beveling on the edge of the bridges. So it's a very good-looking watch. You can see it even has a Porsche-style German VIN as its numbering scheme for its serial number. It starts with a W, just like a German car would be, WP, reminding you that Porsche is the lineage of this concept. If you love this watch, there is a lot to love. Reach out to Team Mosso at the 1916company.com for purchase and pricing details.